Hello, my country people. Yeah, welcome to this. I don't know how I call it, because this is like my first recording. Yeah, I don't know if I can call it a podcast. I don't know if it qualifies to be a podcast, but yeah, we'll go on and call them podcasts because there'll be several more to come as days go by. Yeah, so let me start by introducing myself. My name's Yuri Rudolph, yeah, also known as Bovis. So most of my podcasts I'll be introducing myself as Bovis. So first things first, you're wondering, what is this recording all about? What will be these podcasts all about? Okay, for starters, they are relationship podcasts for your own information. So in my podcasts, we'll be dealing lots with information regarding relationships, dating, hookups, call them whatever. So I'll start with a very interesting topic, which clicked on my mind as I was going for work. Yeah, in my headsets, play some really cool slow jams like that. Yeah, so I just decided to give my podcast title to be 3 relationship topics people do not discuss until it's too late. Yeah, I'll repeat that again. 3 relationship topics people do not discuss until it's too late. So here's a guy and a girl dating. What topics don't these guys discuss? Not until it's too late for them and it leads them to a breakup. Quite alright, I won't finish the whole 3 topics on this podcast. I might just touch on one. So yeah, so that you stay glued or tuned to the next podcast, or make it look forward for it. Okay, so last week I debated not less than 3 different relationship topics with various people, that is being online and offline, of course. Taken individually, no single topic was particularly groundbreaking, but when I began thinking about them in total, I realized there are topics that we think about but do not like to discuss because the conversation is usually uncomfortable. Yeah, let me say uncomfortable. Instead, we avoid the topics and hope they work themselves out on their own when we are ready, or when we already know they will never will work. Yeah. So I'll start with my first topics. Yeah, my first topic, couples, or let me say a couple, won't really look into very much. They'll just go like, yeah, I'm faithful, yeah, I'm loyal, what? Yeah, all that kind of promises and all that. But my first topic, I'll pose it as a question. It being, is being faithful hard? Yeah, so mark that. My first topic is, in the 3 relationship topics, my first topic is being faithful hard? Rather than answer this question, I'll ask another question. If being faithful is easy, then why do so many people cheat? Funny, right? Because you find this lady or this girl will go like, oh, promise to be faithful. The guy will respond like, I'll be faithful too. So, is being faithful hard? If being faithful is easy, then why do so many people cheat? Have you ever asked your partner if they have always been faithful or their thoughts on cheating? To be clear, I'm not only talking about physical encounters. Many people limit their definition of cheating to physical encounters. By physical encounters, I mean like going out there, meet some girl, get to touchy, get to kiss. Yeah, so a lot of people think cheating is all about physical encounters. However, most people don't understand to say it's not only about the physical encounters. You often work your way up to the physical point. So what about all those missteps you took on your way there? Wasn't that cheating? What of all those indiscretions you overlooked, ignored, or somehow excused until the inevitable? You know the type? The extra DM on Twitter, the inappropriate like on Facebook picture you had no business viewing in the first place, or the "hey, how have you been" message to an ex even though you are in a new relationship. Then there is real life, the extra flat laughing, touch, or suggestions you give or overlook from the people of interest. You know, respective statuses. So instead, you entice each other, play at first until the invisible line between you guys disappears. Yeah, what then? When I post the question on Twitter, yeah, I've got a Twitter handle, #Bovis. Yeah, so when I post the question on Twitter, most people responded that being faithful is easy. This is an interesting theory, I thought to myself. Are those who are faithful relatively stronger than those who are not? So, what makes them strong? Funny, right? Is it a strong moral resolve, code, ethics, or do they simply have more power than some of us? Yeah. Does this mean once a cheater, always a cheater? Remember, that catchphrase is mostly used by people who seem to be more supreme than others. If so, then telling someone who has cheated to simply avoid or stop cheating is like telling a drug addict to stop drugs, don't you think, guys? Yes, you have identified a solution, but if it were that simple, then no one would cheat or do drugs. This is why I think it is more important to identify the true cause in order to successfully address the issue, rather than make a blanket and dismissive statement and just cover the whole thing up. Furthermore, looking at this thing, it may help to determine, is it hard to be faithful than it is to cheat? Do men or women have it harder or easier? Who cheats more, men or women? Who stays more faithful in a relationship, men or women? Is cheating more about avoiding situations that can lead to infidelity, or having the strength to resist opportunities, real or imagined? Yeah, so we find couples always promising faithful, but these are real issues, real topics that people do not discuss in a relationship. Get down with your partner. Ask them, do you think being faithful is hard for you? Get to see what they think. Then you will know if you're really in a right relationship or not. Thank you guys for listening to my first podcast. I know it wasn't that good. Promise to get better as days goes by. Watch out for my next podcast. Peace. Bovis, I'm out.